Hi friends, how are you guys? This is Deep Basu and welcome to my channel Think Deep. I am back again and I'm going to review one of the most awaited films of this year. Yes, you have guessed it right. It is Shakuntala Devi and I just watched it on Amazon Prime. It released today on Amazon Prime, so don't forget to watch it. And this was one of the very few films to be bought by Amazon Prime during the pandemic and I'm very happy that I watched it. By the way, before I proceed, can you guys recognize me? After a long time I had a shave. I'm sure most of you who follow my page or my channel, you guys are used to watching me with a beard, but finally I made a decision. It was a disaster today. So I finally got myself a clean shave and I'm getting a lot of brickbats and a lot of criticism from my female friends. I hope you guys really bear with me. So anyway, getting back to Shakuntala Devi, the film, the story, if you have seen the trailer, it's quite similar. It is a biopic and it talks about the entire life of Shakuntala, her background, her childhood and the relationship she had with her daughter. If you see the trailer very carefully. Well, as a viewer, if you remember, while I was reviewing the trailer, I had very clearly stated that it's not only me. I'm sure many people would like to know about this genius Shakuntala Devi because while I was growing up, I usually used to hear her name, being the human computer, faster than a computer, a famous astrologer, and how she calculates mathematics and calculations span of seconds. So I used to always wonder how she does it and what was her orientation like, what was her foundation like. So definitely after watching the movie, most of my questions were answered. And I really got to know a lot about Shakuntala Devi. So basically the story focuses on her life, her childhood, where we get to see the movie begins showcasing the young Shakuntala and how she basically was brought up in a very poor family, poor, underprivileged South Indian family. Underprivileged in the sense her father was most of the time jobless, used to sit at home. Her mother was very conservative and mostly like a doormat. And she used to be mostly like a statue, which Shakuntala was not very happy about. And how Shakuntala, when she discovers that she is gifted, and she's gifted with this special talent of calculating mathematics, her father basically withdraws her from school and capitalizes on her talent and begins to earn money. So Shakuntala at a very young age becomes the earning member of the family. So that basically Shakuntala becomes even more mature. So the young Shakuntala, definitely that innocence, you will not see that. She becomes a very matured woman because she knows that she's an earning member of the family and Shakuntala from a very young age, the movie very clearly shows that she was very progressive, very strong-minded and had high aspirations, always wanted to do something in life. And she never liked her father because her father capitalized on her talent and never allowed her to enjoy her childhood, because as a child she wanted to play, she wanted to go to school, she wanted to study, but her father always used to convince her that her special talent doesn't require her to be a normal student or go to a proper normal school. So she never liked her father, and that's one reason the story progress. That's how the story progresses, and we get to see her life, how Shakuntala goes to US, how she basically tries to crack and meet various people. She performs various shows, like how a magician performs shows. Shakuntala also performs various shows where she she exhibits a talent and she begins to earn a lot of money. So that's how Shakuntala basically becomes world renowned, being an Indian, and she earns a lot of money and she is termed as the human computer. And then later we get to know how she wins the Guinness Book of World Records. So basically we get to visually experience the entire chronicles of how she begins her life, how she wins awards, how she gets renowned recognition, how she gets the name human computer, and what really happens. Now the second part of the story is the relationship between her daughter. How being an ambitious, basically Shakuntala, as you know, no, I'm not only talking about women, even men. When they have high aspirations, sometimes it becomes difficult to balance a personal life or a family life. Very few successful people very rarely get to balance a proper family life and a proper professional life. So Shakuntala, being a very ambitious lady and a very successful lady. She also had a major problem balancing her family life and her professional life, because she wanted to carry on with her career and even simultaneously be a good mother. So that's one reason she has a fallout with her husband Paritosh Banerjee, and how she basically takes her daughter to and makes her travel with her instead of admitting her to a proper school. So that's one problem the daughter faces, and that's also one reason the daughter and Shakuntala has a fallout. So definitely the second part of the story focuses on the friction between the daughter and Shakuntala. How the daughter files a case against Shakuntala Devi, and I won't get much into details because you need to watch the film to know what really happens between them. And I believe all these shown in the film are based on true facts, and all these have been approved by her daughter Anupama Banerjee, and all this happened for real. So definitely various things was quite an eye opener for me, because all these true events were not known to me. So definitely it was an eye opener for me, and it was quite interesting to watch. And how when a person becomes successful, when a god gives you something in abundance, even God takes something also. Because my mother used to always tell me that if you get a lot, something you get, maybe you are talented, you're gifted, something in your life will be, you might lose something in your life. So that's what Shakuntala is all about. She is, on one hand, she's very successful, she's a celebrity, she's a world-renowned mathematician, astrologer. On the other hand, her private life is quite disturbed. So that's what the story of Shakuntala is all about. And basically what happens, ending is quite happy. I'm sure the filmmakers maybe have used a creative liberty, or maybe that's the ending. That's what really happened. I don't know much about it. So ending is quite good and emotional. So overall, if I have to talk about the film, the movie is a good watch, a happy watch. But somehow I felt the movie is quite rushed. It's a rushed family drama. And somewhat I felt that the first beginning, the sequences didn't have quite impact. There's a sequence where Shakuntala, during a young age, was seeing a guy played by Neil Bhupalam, and she shoots him. So that those sequences were not quite convincing or didn't quite intrigue me. That scene could have been done away with. That's what I feel. So beginning, you might not feel that captivated, or you might not feel that glued. The movie picks up after a few minutes, maybe after 15-20 minutes of the film, the movie picks up when we get deeply invested in the characters. And I like the way Shakuntala gets introduced to her first husband, Paritosh Banerjee, how she gets to know him, their love story. And I love the way Sanya Malhotra has performed, and and the relationship between Sanya and her husband played very well by Amit Saad. So the performances, the relationship is very well etched out. The relationship between Paritosh, Shakuntala, Sanya and her husband, the relationship between Sanya and Anupama and Shakuntala. So all relationships are well etched out. You will not feel bored, or you will not feel that something is going for a waste. But somehow I feel the movie could have been a little more interesting, because I somehow felt the movie was rushed. The run time is quite good, 2 hours 5 minutes. But somehow I feel the movie was quite rushed, and it could have been better and a little more interesting. Because once the movie ended, you said, "Acha, yahi tha," and the movie later only depended on stereotypes, and didn't quite offer anything new. So, like watching the trailer and watching the dialogues and everything, I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting a lot in terms of sequences, more interesting sequences, and little bit more of excitement and something unique I was expecting. But second half, I feel the movie only depends on stereotypes, and it boils down to a happy ending. So it's a rush family drama, I felt. And I believe that's the story, that's what the screenplay is all about. But thoda interesting was the maza aa raha tha. But I should recommend this film to all of you, and it's a good watch, it's a happy watch. The certain sequences are quite funny, but I somewhat feel Vidya Balan is the anchor of the entire film. I think the movie is saved by the one and only Vidya Balan. And you know, if you cast someone like Vidya Balan, the movie is a sure shot hit. So Vidya Balan, I think, is the USP of the film. It's a must watch. If you love Vidya Balan and her performance, you need to watch the film. And if I have to talk about the other performance also, Sanya Malhotra nails it. I love her sequences with Vidya Balan. Definitely she holds her own and she has done a great job. Sanya Malhotra is definitely a great talent to watch in the future. And I really wish she gets lots and lots of opportunities. She's a great talent and she's looking very beautiful with that straight hair. And other performances like Jishu Sengupta playing Paritosh Banerjee has done a great job. He's a great actor and a very renowned actor from Bengal. Amit Saad, once again, definitely surprises you and has done a great job. So all the performances, if you ever talk about respectively, everyone has done a great job and has definitely will not fail to impress you. But Vidya Balan steals the show. She is the USP of the film. And please watch it if you love Vidya Balan. So overall, Shakuntala Devi is a good watch. The music is good, but barring one song, two songs, the other songs are okay. Though Sachin Jigar is one of my favorite composers, I didn't mention during my during my trailer reaction. But barring one or two songs, other songs are average. The background score is good. The dialogues, most of the dialogues you'll see how Vidya Balan is quite, I wouldn't say feminist. Basically, the director Anu Menon wanted to portray. That's why I think that's what the Shakuntala Devi is in real. Was a very strong-minded woman. So her dialogues also are quite strong and very women-oriented. It is a women-oriented film, and definitely it might inspire you as well. And director Anu Menon has done a great job. And if you have seen her previous work, she's a director of Four Shots Please, a very famous web series, and she has done few films before. I have watched London, Paris, New York. And overall, as a director, she has done a good job. She has struck a good balance between Shakuntala's private life and her career. The few sequences are well, but somewhat I was not quite emotionally invested in the film. Anyway, and the editing has been done by, as I said, Antara Laidi. She's a great editor. The runtime is 2 or 5 minutes. So definitely the movie has been very tightly edited and well done. So Antara, good job. And cinematography, everyone, and trust me, it's a whole women crew, by the way. It is. And trust me, all departments, technical, art, everything is quite tip-top. So overall, I feel Shakuntala Devi is a good watch. Do watch it this weekend. And I'm sure most of you are really waiting to watch it. So watch it. So guys, I sign off. It's already post midnight and I have watched it and I'm quite happy. So guys, do share your feedbacks and subscribe to my channel, Think the Basu on YouTube. Subscribe. I'll be back again with Raat Akeli Hai. I guess that's the name on Netflix. I'll be back again tomorrow. And please watch The Identical Strangers on Netflix. I didn't review that. It's a very interesting documentary and a real story. So guys, goodbye, good night, Shabba Khair, happy weekend.